What's up, legends? We just got our most recent Pokemon card submission back from Beckett Grading Services. So today, guys, we're going to play Guess the Grade, where I'm actually going to show footage of the before we had actually sent these cards in and let you guys guess what you think the grade should be for that card. And I'd like you to let me know that in the comments below. And of course, I'll be providing my own commentary for what I think the grade deserves. And then, of course, we'll be revealing to see what grade Beckett gave each of these cards. Now, before we do, if it's your first time here, my name is Luke, and after 20 years, I got back into collecting Pokemon cards to chase that feeling of nostalgia from my childhood, so I invite you to come along the journey with me by hitting that subscribe button below. But without further ado, let's get into our Beckett Return. Alright guys, this is always a bit nerve-wracking. You just don't know what you're gonna get for your grades. Hopefully we get at least some decent ones. And I'll let you know this too. For me personally, you know, I love the way Beckett slabs look. But personally, I really only like the 8.5 and above because, of course, the 8.5 and 9s have the silver label, and the 9s and, the 9.5s and 10s have the gold label, and of course then there's a black label. Now, I do not believe any of these will get a black label. I don't really even think any of them will get a 10, but they are all vintage cards, and so I'm completely okay with that because they are very old cards. They're ones that are hard to get graded, so I don't know, guys. We will see today. All right, don't want to spoil anything, so we'll try and hide what we're doing here. Let's see here. I don't know, guys. This is always very nerve-wracking. All right. Hopefully we're pulling it out the correct way. All right, yep, we got it. All right, we have one here. And what is it that we have? We are starting out with, of course, the Dragonite. All right, guys, well, here is the footage of our Dragonite before we send it in. Let me know what you guys think. So I want to look kind of at all the different aspects of this, kind of make a guess of what I think the grade will be. One thing you'll see on the holo, first of all, which would be count as the surface, it's honestly pretty great. I feel like you have to kind of turn it quite a bit to see any imperfections. I think it's, I'm trying to even look kind of on the side. It may be better than I was originally thinking, but there is kind of like a little minor scratch right there that I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I don't know. I think the surface, at least based on the front, could be a 9.5. So that's what I'm going to go with. I think the edges, which we'll have to look at the back, there definitely is some silvering going on. You can kind of see it in the light there. And I think that might, I'm not sure how they grade based on silvering, because that's quite common, especially even in pack fresh cards. So you can see it on the top there as well. I personally don't mind it, but that's one thing to consider. Centering wise, I feel like it's not perfect on the front. I feel like top and bottom look great, but left to right, you can see that the right side is a little thinner. So let's kind of bring it around to the back here. I do, however, think that the centering looks a little bit better, maybe on the back, just a hair better. I would probably give the centering a 9. And looking now at the edges and the corners, there definitely is some whitening. So let's get a little better up close look at the corners here and the edges. You can definitely see some white dots up there, very minute stuff, but you definitely have a dot there on the corner. Yep, you definitely have one up there. Right here, not too bad actually. It's pretty good, I think. Maybe a little dot, but pretty minor. Definitely a little bit of edge wear on the bottom. And white dot on the corner. So I don't know, I would probably give the surface a 9 and the corners a 9. That would be my guess. I don't know, maybe again, I was kind of surprised how harshly they graded some Pack Fresh modern cards that I sent off last time, so I might be completely wrong about that. And actually, I want to look a little bit closer, because actually in this top right here, it's not even just whitening, it almost looks like a little lip or a little indent. I don't even know what you would call it. Maybe you can see it there a little better. So yeah, we're being really, trying to be really thorough here. I don't know. Maybe we would say, so what did we say? We said, I think 9.5 on the centering, I think. Is that what we said? I think surface, a 9. I think edges, a 9. And then corners, I would maybe say a 9 or 8.5. Yeah, I don't know. That's my guess. So we will see on this one. But I think it has an excellent chance, and it's a beautiful card. One that I will definitely love to have in a Beckett slab. Alright guys, before we reveal the grade here, I would like you to pause the video and comment below what grade you think this card deserves. And yeah, I'd be curious to know how you guys do. Now, I will have to say, after rewatching the footage, I think I was definitely being very generous with this one, especially with the edges. I think the edges more likely are an 8.5, or actually probably an 8, honestly. So I don't know. I'm actually gonna guess that this one is probably an 8.5 for the actual thing, but we will find out, guys. Are you ready to see what our first grade is? Whew. All right, guys. Today, for our Fossil Dragonite, we have a... Oh, all right. Nice. We got a 9. Oh, I was not expecting that. Wow. Let's go. All right, and so yeah, you can see the edges. We did get the 8.5, so we actually did better than I thought. Goodness, I thought an 8. We got 9 on centering, 9 on corners, and 9 on surface. Of course, gotta pull this out here, make sure we can see it a little better. All right, guys. All right. I am not disappointed about that. That is crazy. A mint 9. All right, guys. Well, we still have 3 more to go. Some really cool ones in here. Let's pull out the next one and, of course, hide the grade. You know, you kind of have to hide it this way because the color does kind of give it away a little bit. All right. We have our Fossil Gengar. This is actually the first edition one, though. So, guys, here is the footage. So, I think once I found out that I wasn't going to send an HMU, I was open to sending one more, and this one I think has some good things going for it. Now, what it doesn't have going for it, you know, there definitely are some scratches on the hollow. You can see that there. Yeah, one little scratch there, just really random little scratches. Centering looks really good. It's like slightly bottom heavy, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like the top and the right and left looked pretty much exactly the same, so I don't know. There definitely is some silvering. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. Not too bad on the silvering though, actually. Let's flip it over to the back where I think we'll see the majority of the stuff here. Yeah, we definitely have some whitening right there. I think based on that, I'm already going to say an 8.5 on the edges. Some white dots on the corners there. Let's do this. A little bit of whitening on most of the corners. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. What I want to say, and look at that centering on the back as well. What I want to say is that I'm thinking that it's going to be 9.5 on centering, maybe a 10. but we'll say 9.5 to be conservative. And then I'm probably going to say 8.5 on the corners, surface, and on the edges. So that is my guess for this one, which I think would probably come out still to more like a, would that be an 8.5 average, I think, but still a solid grade, one that I would be happy with. All right, guys, so our guess overall for this one was an 8.5 as well, but you know, we guessed 8.5 on the last one and we did better than we thought. So here we go, guys. For our first edition Fossil Gengar, we have a, oh, okay, we guessed right. We got the 8.5. I am not upset about that. All right, let's see what we have here. We have centering 9, edges 9, corners not 8.5, and surface 8.5. Definitely not surprised about the surface. And actually, we were pretty close on several of those grades. Actually, we had guessed 8.5 on most of them except for the centering. Of course, I really thought that this one had a phenomenal centering. I thought this was a 9.5 for sure for centering, but I guess not, but we will take that for sure. This is actually my first 8.5, believe it or not. And you know, the other cards we got graded so far were all modern cards. We got 9s and 9.5s on those. All right, guys. Wow. This is turning out even better than expected so far. This one here. Okay, yep, and actually I want to save this one for last. We have the Dragonite Delta species. I'm actually going to just discreetly stick it back in there because I just want to do that one last, because this one is like a really low pop card, and so depending on the grade we get, you know, it could be a big deal. So anyway, let's find out what we have for our actual third card here. If I can get it out here without spoiling anything. All right, what we have is our base set Raichu. I love this card. Raichu is my second favorite Pokemon next to Dragonite. So here is the footage. Let me know what you think. And this is a card I wasn't even planning to submit, but if you saw my last video, you know that one of the cards I was going to submit, we had a little bit of an accident. Make sure you go check out that video and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, let's check out the condition here. I would say there's definitely some scratching on the hollow. Not a ton, but you know, you definitely see a large one kind of right there, sort of from the top, then by his face down to his tail. Let's see here, anything else? Yeah, there's definitely some scratching. I think as far as centering, it's not bad. It's really not bad at all. The top and bottom look pretty much the same to me. I think left to right, it's just the right side that's maybe a little off, a little bit thinner than the other side, but really not bad at all. Definitely a really amazing card. The surface, yeah, other than the hollow, I mean, the surface on the front looks fine. Corners look fine on the front. Wow, and yeah, the back. Yeah, I'd say the same thing for the centering. So I think we'll go 9.5 on centering. Let's see here. Man, that corner is like perfect. Do we have any whitening up here? Hardly any. Wow. Okay, so little dots, but just okay. There's a dot down here. Wow. Edges, really not bad at all. Little corner there. Okay, little corner ding. Man, if it weren't for that corner ding, I would have almost set a 10 on the corners. So I would say 9.5 on corners, maybe 9.5 on the the edges, and maybe 9 on surface. That's what I'm gonna go with. Maybe 8.5 on surface, but I think I'm gonna go with 9. really a great card. All right, guys, so we were definitely ambitious on this one. We actually guessed an overall 9.5. It would look really nice with kind of the yellowish look on here with the potential gold label. We'll find out though. We have for our base set Raichu a 9. I'm not too surprised about that. Again, these old cards. Oh wow, it's actually a perfect 9 too. Wow, we got 9s all around. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised, again, that we didn't get any 9.5s as any of those subgrades. Yeah, but hey, not complaining at all. We will definitely take that. Alright guys, and now we'll get to our final card here. You already know what it is. It's the Dragonite Delta species. Here is the footage. Now this is a card that I picked up very recently from Whatnot. Got a pretty good deal on it, honestly. You know, Whatnot is the app featuring live streamed auctions where you can bid on Pokemon cards and get some great deals. And I just want to mention that because you can use my link in the description below to get a $10 credit on there, and you know, you just never know what deals you might find. So this card is really awesome. I've only even recently discovered that it existed. It's the reverse holo Dragonite from EX Delta species. And honestly, this card looks really great. And from what I can tell, this card is very hard to grade. It has very low pops, at least in Beckett. And kind of makes sense because there is a lot of holo, especially around the edges here. And definitely not perfect. So we can see that we have a little something there, almost like an indent maybe. But not bad overall. Let's look at that corner there. That corner, I mean, it looked nice and round. Yeah, based on the front, I mean, the corners look really nice. The edges maybe have just a little bit of an issue, especially in the bottom right like we saw. Now on the holo, it looks honestly really nice on Dragonite himself, but if you look closely, there actually is a little bit of a scratch or a scrape. It's like a really thin one. Oh, there you can see it. It's so unfortunate, but it's very, very hard to see. So that's a surface issue that we need to factor in. Looking on the back here. Okay, so let's do the corners here. Little dot up there. Little, I don't know, minor bit of whitening maybe. Hardly anything. This one. Yeah, the corner's looking pretty good. Little dot there, some little dots. On this corner, a little more noticeable dot right there. Corner looked good on that one. This corner, yeah, honestly really nice. Just a little bit of edge wear at the bottom, very minor stuff here. And then right here, a few dots. I'm trying to think. Based on the front, there is that scratch. So I would say for the surface, I might give it maybe a 9. For the corners, I want to say a 9.5. I really feel like they look really, really nice overall. Not perfect, but really nice. On the edges, probably a 9. And centering is really good. I don't know if I would want to say a 10, but yeah, maybe 9.5 on the centering. So this one I think does have a solid chance to get a 9.5 overall. I think if my math is right, because we said, yeah, 9.5 on centering, 9.5 on corners, 9 on edges, and 9 on surface. So that's my guess. But again, this card is very tough to grade. And yeah, we will find out. All right, guys, we have him here. And like I said, this one is very low pop, especially in Beckett. It's actually, there's 0 black labels, 0 10s, and there are only 3 9.5s out there and 2 9s. And then there are, you know, a couple in the lower pops. Again, I just thought that this was such a really good condition card for what it was. Again, I don't expect a 10, but I don't know, guys. I'm hopeful that we could get something good here. Are you guys ready? Make sure you enter your guesses in the comments below. For our Dragonite Delta species, we have a... Oh, all right, we got a 9. All right, like I said, this is a population 2, and now it's actually a population 3. We own 1 of 3 of these graded cards. All right, let's see what we have here. For centering, we got 9.5, corners 9, edges 8.5, surface 9. Wow, actually, I feel like we got better on the surface than I would have expected. Yeah, centering, I would definitely agree with that. Definitely a phenomenal card. Definitely one of my favorite Dragonite cards of all time. Well, guys, let me know how you did in the comments below in guessing the grades. And I feel like I did a pretty decent job pre-grading these. Like I said, I wouldn't have sent them in if I thought that they were anything below an 8.5, and we were absolutely correct. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this video, I think you also want to check out this video here on screen, our last Beckett grading return. And I'd also appreciate it if you would just hit that like button and subscribe below for more Pokemon card content in the future. Lastly, I just want to let you know that no matter what you're going through, you are not alone. God is with you and he loves you, and we do too. I'll catch you guys next time.